There's something that doesn't get talked about enough. What it feels like to raise children with someone and still feel like you did it alone. Hey, beautiful souls, welcome back to She Choose Peace. Let's talk for a moment, because this isn't something people always understand unless they've lived it. You can be in a relationship, you can be in the same home, you can be raising children together, and still feel like you are the only parent showing up. And I know what that feels like, because I lived it. I wasn't a single mother, but I carried it like I was. From the very beginning, I was the one taking care of every single need: doctor's appointments, school conferences, clothes shopping, school shopping, extracurricular activities, being the one who stayed home when they were sick, being the one who rearranged everything to make sure they were okay. Every detail, every moment, every responsibility. And I did it while still working full time, still contributing, still helping carry the weight of the household. So when people would look at my life and say, "You're such a strong single mother," it was complicated, because technically I wasn't. But emotionally, mentally, I was doing it alone. And my children know that. They've seen it. They've lived it. They could tell you who showed up. And this is where it gets even harder, because sometimes the justification becomes, well, I provided, I put a roof over your head. And yes, that matters. But let's be honest for a moment. That wasn't done alone either. The bills were shared, the responsibility was shared, but the emotional labor, the day-to-day presence, the constant showing up, that wasn't. And that's the part people don't always see, because being a father and being a dad are not the same thing. One is a title, the other is presence. One is responsibility on paper, the other is showing up again and again and again, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's exhausting, even when no one is watching. And when you're the one carrying all of that, it changes you. It makes you stronger, but it also leaves parts of you tired, unseen, and sometimes unacknowledged. And that doesn't just show up in the day-to-day moments. It shows up in the quiet ones too, like the days that matter the most. The day your child was born, the day your child passed, the moments that hold the deepest meaning. And when those moments are met with silence, it brings everything back. The weight, the responsibility, the reality that you've been carrying something that was meant to be shared. Pause for a second. Have you ever felt that? Like you were holding everything together while silently wishing someone would just meet you there? Just sit with that, because if you have, you're not alone. And here's what I've had to learn. Some people don't show up not because it didn't matter, but because they're not capable of showing up in the way you need it. And that's a hard truth, because it doesn't take away the pain, but it does give you clarity. And clarity allows you to stop expecting something from someone who hasn't shown you they can give it, and instead start choosing peace in how you carry it forward. Because your love, your presence, your consistency that mattered, that shaped your children, that created stability, that created safety, and nothing takes that away. So if you've ever felt like you've been doing this alone, even when you weren't supposed to be, I see you. Your effort mattered. Your presence mattered. You mattered. And I want to ask you something. What is something you carried that you thought would be shared? If you feel comfortable, drop one word in the comments. Just one word. Because your voice matters here. And if you're at a place where you're ready to stop carrying everything alone and start moving forward with clarity, you don't have to do that alone either. You can connect with me on Instagram. The link is in the description, and I'll help you take your next step. Because this is your moment to choose peace. I'll see you in the next episode.